Welcome guys, my name is Stonemount64 and today I'm showing off the 2015 gaming setup. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, and the last time I did it, I wasn't quite as much into PC gaming, so I've upgraded the computer and a couple other things, and I still get asked all the time, what do I use to record, to stream Xbox One, what do I play on PC, record with that. So I'm going to show you the hardware and software side to all of that. And then I'm going to have links to everything in the description down below. So if you want to check any of it out, you can do so there. Without further ado, though, let's hop into the video. Let's do it, guys. First thing I have to do is give you guys a nice overview, top-down pano of the setup from long range. I am in the living room, so forgive any echo. Also, the mic is on the other side of my iPhone, so it's not the most ideal recording situation, but it's what I have. Also want to start out by giving a quick shout-out to Elgato. Absolutely best capture card you can get using the HD60. They hooked me up with my last one as well. I would have bought these things even without them hooking me up, but I reached out to them and said, hey, if you want me to promote it as well, I'd be happy to if you want to do that, and we ended up doing it. So shout out to them, as well as DX Racer hooked me up with this chair about a year ago. One of the best looking gaming chairs I've ever seen. Sports car chair, it's pretty comfortable as well. You can see it's leaning back right now. It'll actually lean back even further, and I'll kick my feet up on the desk, play a game, or watch a show. Really comfortable for that. In general sitting though, it does need some type of back support, at least for myself. So it came with a pillow for the back. I do use that, or I'll just use another softer pillow that I have. But it would have been nice to have something built in. The next part, we're gonna go left to right across the desk here, boys. Starting with a 32-inch Vizio. I might have gone for like a 27-inch, but this seemed perfect because if I'm gonna be sitting back on the couch or something, or sitting further away, I like to have a slightly bigger screen. Behind here, my Vizio soundbar. This is a 38-inch bar. Also syncs to Bluetooth, which is perfect because it blasts audio really well across the whole room. Under here, I got my Xbox Titanfall controller. When I went to the beta early event, they hooked me up with that as well as the game. Just love this controller. Nothing unique except the paint job here. Also have the audio adapter for normal headsets. Next to this is my Duracell rechargeable batteries. Highly recommend you guys get one of these. I use this for my controller as well as for just other generic things around the house. I always have a pile charged, and then whenever it needs charging, I just throw them down and get them charged up again. On top of that, my Blue Yeti microphone. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. It is a terrific microphone. I've been using it for years. I originally got a cheap microphone and then instantly regretted it, returned it, and bought the $100 Yeti because I needed good sound quality. That was something that I always emphasized, and so I love that. Pop filter on top of that, $6. Get it. This is a Blue Yeti shock mount. Keep in mind, this is kind of large and heavy mic. This setup isn't the most ideal, but I had the mic, and then I wanted to get this so it wasn't always on my desk, just kind of cluttered around. So I got the shock mount, got the Rode swivel arm that just attaches to the desk there. You can also insert it more, but when I'm just general at my desk doing whatever, I'll leave it to the side like that. And then if I'm going to be recording Xbox, I'll turn it here. And then I've got it just over the TV. And then if I'm going to be at the computer, I move it right on over here. And same thing, it just floats right above the screen there. So even when I'm sitting down, it's not cutting off any of my field of view, and it's right on top there. So that works absolutely beautifully. Behind here, I have my Xbox One and Xbox 360. No PlayStations, unfortunately. I keep it back here for the Kinect thing as well, just because I only use the Kinect for the voice. So I'll tell it to turn on, and then it'll turn the Xbox and TV on, which I actually really do like. Next to that, I have my dual monitors. These are Dell S2340L monitors. I like them because they're really glossy. This was something that I wanted because I originally had an iMac, and I wanted it to match that. Gives you some more glare, but it's a gorgeous monitor. And I hooked them both up to this double stand mount that I got off Amazon. These monitors don't actually have a VESA mount here. So I found this guy, Gladiator Joe's website, a very high quality product. Very grateful that he had this made, and just plugged in like a normal, mount to the bottom here, and works perfect. Back around to the front, give you guys a bit more about the computer accessories here. Also have this Logitech webcam. Best one on the market. It's what every streamer, pretty much everybody uses. Under here, I have my Logitech speakers as well. These things were like $34. It also came with the bass unit. They do a really good job. Next is the Logitech G710 Plus keyboard. I'm surprised I have so much Logitech stuff. When did this happen? But this is actually a really good keyboard. I was looking at a lot of different ones. They're actually mechanical keyboards with brown switches, so they're a little more quiet, but they still have some feedback. Really like having these macro keys here, and this will just open programs for me. That's mainly what I use it for. And what really sold me on this was the fact that it has these play keys for music, mute switch, volume rocker. I'm so used to that from always being on a Mac that I wanted to keep that aspect. Steel Series mouse pad, just a giant flat thing that that was all I really wanted. 2012 Mambo Razer mouse. This thing's been through a lot here. It gets a little buggy at times, but it's a good mouse, and I like having these double keys here. This adjusts the sensitivity on the fly. Coming over here a little more, we got my headset, the Astro A40s. With just this headphone, I have 3 different devices set up to it. So it plugs into the mix amp here that it comes with. Now, this is the old version. There's also new Astro A40s, which are the same price. You should get those instead of these for sure, because they're the same price. And I'm sure they're better. I don't know what's better about them. I'm not convinced to change. But got the mix amp, so I'll plug it into here. This thing is powered by being plugged into my computer. And so this will actually work with the computer. So I can use all my computer headset sounds through that. On top of that, I have an optical cable plugged into the Xbox 360 back here. Okay, so now I've got 2 different things plugged into this headset without having to switch any wires. And I can also listen to them both at the same time. And then on top of that, I also use my Xbox One. So all the Xbox audio goes through here when you have one of these bad boys plugged in. And then you just take the mic cable, talking mic cable, plug that into the controller, which I'm going to do a separate video teaching you guys how to do all the wiring for the Xbox One, record other people's voices. Stay tuned for that video. They're not the most comfortable thing. That's my only gripe. It's nice that they're wide enough apart they don't squish my head, but the top part hurts my head. It's too heavy, so that gets kind of annoying. Coming back to the screen, I'll give you guys a quick overview of the main programs that I use. So here's the Game Capture HD software. It lets you go back in time. So you just leave this thing open and it'll just keep recording as you play. It'll just save everything. And then you can go back, record the part that you want to keep, which is what makes this thing the best recording thing ever. You don't need to click record before you go. There's no alternative. On top of that, this is what I use for my PC recording. It's Shadowplay. Just turn it on and it'll record 1080, 60 frames per second. Doesn't even chip away at any of your quality of game. And then, unfortunately, the audio, if you're recording your microphone, is dreadful. It doesn't work for me. I can't get it to work. So that's a bit unfortunate, but I'll use Audacity right below it to record my voice, as well as while I'm playing and recording with this. I just use Audacity, so I have my Blue Yeti picking all of that sound quality up. Now, we're going to go down to the computer. Okay, I'm going to try and give you guys some better shots of this I actually recorded this previously, some shots when I first built this bad boy. It's got i7 4930K, GTX 780 Ti, beastly machine. This was the first computer that I ever put together myself. Had a lot of help from some subscribers at the time. We went on to a Google Hangout chat, and some of the coolest guys helped me put this thing together, walked me through it. Absolute beast. It also has 16 gigabytes of RAM, Vengeance Pro. Have RM850 Corsair power supply, 250 gigabytes of solid state, which I use for kind of my main programs. I have a 2 terabyte hybrid drive, so it caches with some solid state, and then it actually backs up to 2 terabytes of a classic CD drive, but it runs faster than your average one. Also, 780 Ti, you can see that gorgeousness. H110 CPU cooler, keeps the thing running, the CPU, that i7 running beautifully cool. and it's a terrific, terrific machine. Coming back, you can see I actually put 2 cardboard posters, block out the wires and everything behind there, so if you're just coming looking at it, it's nice and clean. I try and minimize the wires all together. There's the Logitech base unit. Behind that, look at that. So I actually have this set up, so forgive some of the wiring here. Xbox One, Xbox 360. This thing will actually auto-detect which one is on and then choose it and then send it to this wire, which plugs into my HD60, which ends up recording, bringing this USB over to my computer, this over to the TV. So I can have multiple things here, and I used to have it set up so I'd plug in one of my monitors when I was just using a 2-monitor setup, so I could use my second monitor, or I could use my Xbox One or 360, all just going to a 2-monitor setup if you don't want to use the actual TV as the third thing. This is a terrific option. Definitely recommend checking that out. These cables, also I can't hide those because I actually need them for when I'm recording Xbox One. Again, I'll show you guys that in a separate video. Final thing I want to show you guys, my MacBook Air. This is 2011 MacBook Air that I used. It's actually, well, this is what I started with doing YouTube, which it took a long time to render out videos, but awesome machine. It's just so thin that I love bringing this thing around and using it just in general around my apartment. This is my book of notes. So whenever I'm making videos or anything, I'll write my notes down in here, or if I keep it next to my bed sometimes if I just get some ideas, but it's just 3 pieces of paper folded over and stapled. I like to keep things simple. Next is my iPad. This thing is an absolute favorite of mine. FaceTime on it, use it for Twitter and all that good stuff. Clash of Clans, those of you guys who do Clash. Another really cool thing, this case is the best case for an iPad. Like this, so I can use it at a slight angle that way. I can stand it up this way. So if I'm gonna sit at my desk, or when I was on a plane, that was really nice. Also stands this way and at multiple degrees. Highly, highly recommend that. But yeah, that was the last piece of it, guys. So there it is, my epic 2015 gaming setup. Hopefully you guys enjoy that as much as I do. If you liked the video, if it gave you some ideas, click a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments section what you thought of it. Greatly appreciated by myself. I wouldn't be where I'm at. I wouldn't have this epic of a dream setup if it wasn't for your guys' support. So I like sharing it with you guys. Hopefully you enjoy watching it. Otherwise, that's it for this video. This is StoneMouse64 signing out. See you guys next time.